Hey fam, it's that lady. Y'all alright? We are definitely living in some scary times. I get it. But it's also some of the most exciting times of human history. And I know to a lot of people it is not going to come off that way because shit's got to hit the fan. But we are set up and prone to see a move of God like no other. Yeah. People think God's only movements are in miracles and blessings, and he's this little old man sitting on a throne in heaven with baby Jesus is flying around naked with wings. I hope that ain't true. Anywho, we got to start thinking about first, let me get this out of the way, my platforms, such as they are. Out here, I try to keep it as broad-based as possible. But the It's That Lady platforms, here on Facebook, TikTok, and of course Lemonade. For those of you that go around the world, it's on Mastodon too, and YouTube, of course. These platforms are for us, about us, by us, and all other communities, be it good, bad, or indifferent. Your comments won't be welcomed, and most of them will be deleted. But because these are public platforms, you do have the right to sit in the peanut gallery, as I call it, and listen. Listen to the conversations we have. Listen. Just listen. That's something you guys over hundreds of years have just not ever learned to do. Listen. So, now that that's out of the way, we started with connecting the dots and reclaiming our power by talking about words and how we're going to reclaim the power of words. And that was a few videos back. I think it was out on TikTok. I'm not sure. But I'll do some of that here as well. But there is one particular word that kind of, when we introduced that series, it sparked a lot of conversation. I know that. What? You're not drinking your water, minding your business? That word today is forgive. And I said in some videos on other platforms, and I think out here as well. Forgive means to absolve, to pardon. And I love when people read scriptures and they focus on that verse that tells you to forgive your enemies. And am I saying not to? No. But what I'm saying is, before you absolve somebody, before you pardon them, how about you go and forgive yourself first? I heard one of these super ignorant conversations out here by a person doing videos, and they proceeded to tell someone that you haven't forgiven them yet. Yeah. So, let me help you with this. Okay? Forgiveness was said to not be for them, but for yourself. Am I saying withhold it? No. Am I saying only give it to them? Hell yes. Why are you only giving it to them? Why not give it to yourself as well? Do you not realize when you have to issue forgiveness to somebody, you actually are pardoning them? They get to live their lives, and you somewhere 2 weeks later still mad over what they did to you. Instead, when you should have just forgiven yourself and moved on. I know people are like, well, wait a minute. I thought forgiving them is forget. No, it's not. Here's how you can tell. Oh, I'm sleepy. Here's how you can tell. When you're forgiving them, they walk off happy. They've dumped everything. Here they come round your way. They've dumped everything. Walk away light and laughing. They walk up to you in 2 or 3 days as if nothing ever happened, and you're still mad. Why is that? For what they did to you, they should have got the electric chair, but you forgave them. You were being the bigger man, and you forgave them. How's that working out for you? Teresa, what? How's it working out for you? You're going around giving forgiveness all willy-nilly. You got that checkbook open. Ooh. Writing them forgiveness checks. How are you holding up? Yeah, I'm serious. Put it in the comments. How are you holding up? When you see them again, do you roll your eyes? You give them that bombastic side eye. The bomba clap. You have flashbacks to what they did. Yeah. Does it trigger something? Lady, what is... I'm taking my time with this because I need y'all to get this. Forgiveness is a powerful weapon, just like love. And you cannot be out here giving it all willy-nilly. Every time you give out the gift of forgiveness, 2/3 of it should be coming back to you. 2/3 should be coming back to you. Why do I say that? Easy. If you never forgive yourself, how are you going to be free? How will you be free from something when you haven't forgiven yourself for it? As a person that has come through a life of abuse, I learned that the hard way. They will tell you, write a letter to this person that did you wrong, or to your younger self, and all of that helps to a degree. It has that particular thing has its place in recovery. I'm not knocking it, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but it has a particular place in recovery. That's not really right off the gate, but somewhere down the road. Yeah. So what does it look like to forgive yourself? Had this happen to me. Okay. Had what I called a friend for life. Ooh, I'm sleepy. Had what I called a friend for life. Yep. What I thought then was a friend for life. And this individual betrayed me in ways I can't even word. It cut me to a place to where if they were on fire, I would take my bottle of water and get in the car and drive off. I know, cold, right? Peppermint. Why? Because doesn't hurt as much, but I still feel the pain of the betrayal. It still has that stench, but it doesn't hurt. This person in recent years in my life has actually tried to reach back out to me, reconnect, but I did forgive eventually them. Well, here's what I'm telling you. I didn't give that forgiveness to myself. So it allowed me to fester. It caused me to fester, to grow bitterness, to harbor anger and hatred, to harbor evil thoughts of this person. What I had to end up doing, I literally would take myself offline, do sabbaticals, and just let Teresa cry. Teresa go out there and slap a tree or something, whatever. I would feel it. I'd allow myself first to feel it. I had to confess the betrayal. To feel it, you have to acknowledge the betrayal. Accept the betrayal. Allow it to run a gambit. In other words, you cycle through the emotions of it. You come to a plateau with it. You come to the realization that this is it. I'm not going to think about this no more. This has taken enough of my life. You find the solution in it. What do I got to do to get past this? And whatever that looks like, you can write it down. Get your journal, which I highly recommend. Journals are more than just books for your therapy. They're a legacy for your children after you're gone. I want to say a decade or so later, I found myself in another position and another predicament with someone else trying to build friendship, and was resentful of this person because there were things that they were starting to do that I didn't know how to articulate the effects of it with me. And it caused me to walk away from this person. First, they let me know I was still triggered by this past betrayal. Let me know I was still triggered. 2, it let me know that it had a little stream of power over me by me not letting it go. And it created a resilience. I know that some people can't take water. Water run over their foot in a creek, a slow moving stream, they screaming. It's some people can't take nothing. I understand it. What does this have to do with forgiveness? Everything. In that scenario with my longtime friend. I literally had to sit myself down in my little office like I got right now and tell myself the truth. What are you holding on to this person for? Why do they get 1,500 chances to do the same thing? Why is it you defend this person to everyone trying to defend you? Why do you push everybody else aside that's actually showing up for somebody that don't even want to find out where you are? Facing those types of questions, and they are in a journal, facing those types of questions, I began to realize how much I let go of myself. One, I had abandoned Teresa. I had allowed her to just be out here flailing in the wind. I let her go. Two, I didn't know how to get her back. I didn't know how to get her back. Three, I'm thinking, I mean it, I'm thinking that in order to let it go, I'm going to have to maybe poke another hole in that bag. You know, like water, you poke a hole in it in order to let it go, and I'm just have to let it siphon off a little bit at a time. But that next one wasn't about the water. It was about what is the resolution I seek. A resolution to the situation, and what is the one I'm seeking in the situation. Two different things. So, imploring the steps. Who have you not forgiven? Who can still trigger you, control your emotions, cause you to act out of character? Unless your character is a fool and you just love acting a fool. Just out here carrying on. If that is your character and your nature, then this isn't for you. No. But it's okay. Thanks for listening. I want to say this. Stop issuing those forgive me checks, please. Okay? And yeah, close that benefit of the doubt checking account too. Put that debit card up somewhere. Cut it up. Because we're stopping that. You're not in love with this man, ma'am. You're in love with who he could potentially be. And you already know what he's got potential for. Yeah, you found it in your bed when you came home early from work. Yeah, I know, sir. You met her at Freaknik. You didn't think she'd stop going. You thought she stopped going when y'all got together. I understand. Till you going out with your boys and you see your what? On the pole. The fact that you keep coming home, she gonna keep doing it. You keep paying bills, she gonna keep doing it. When you allow the devil to see your buttons, he gonna push it. Ding, ding, ding. He gonna push your buttons if you let him know where they are. Forgiveness is for self too. How did I forgive myself in that situation? Simple. Teresa, I understand. I do. I wished it wasn't like that too. But it is. And the situation don't look like it's going to ever change. Even if it does, it's by God's grace. You can still choose in that. So, wipe your eyes. Stop thinking about it. Let it go on. Water on the duck's back. You've decided that this person is not right. Even if they came back and did a 360, you would never be able to trust them the same way. So, I'm sorry you had to go through this, Teresa. I'm really sorry that you had to endure something like this at that level. I'm sorry this person did this to you, this betrayal. I apologize. Girl, I'm sorry. But I'm going to need you to get on up and get over that. She didn't make that up just for you. This person did not make up this betrayal just for you. They betrayed other people too. You're not the only one. So, I'm sorry and I forgive you for not trusting your instincts. I forgive you, Teresa, for not walking away when you know you should have a long time ago. I forgive you for keeping us in that situation, in that circumstance, enduring that type of pain. I forgive you for that. No, I'm not going to forget it, because we learned a hard lesson from that. There was a lesson in that pain. So no, we won't forget it, but I forgive you for it. Yeah, we know you're not going to ever do that again. Oh, no, no, no. That's how that situation ended for me. That's how I was able to walk away from it. That's how I was able to walk away and keep walking. Yes, even after this person has tried to reach back out. And people are like, well, you can't just cut people off like that. Yes, I can. I got cast iron scissors, box cutter, blades. Yes, I can. I can cut you right off. What? You've had 10, 20 years with me. You've had 10, 20 years to correct, redirect, and come correct. In them years, you chose not to do it. It was only when my presence was no longer available that you decided to be apologetic. Yeah, I know you're sorry. I forgave you years ago. That's why I was able to move on. And yes, that was the actual conversation I had with myself. And I felt so much better when I did it. I did. Well, you're not going to often get the apologies from the people that hurt you. You're not going to always get the I'm sorries from the person that betrayed you. You are not going to always get the recompense or the vindication from the person that wronged you. And you must learn to give yourself forgiveness in that. The type of forgiveness you'd want from them. When they come up to you, yo, I know what I did was, man, that was so low vibrational. That was sinister, dude, and I am so sorry. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. You ain't gonna always get that. No. But when you forgive yourself, that's you taking the packet of Band-Aids out. Putting it across your own heart. I paid for that lesson. Won't do that again. So yes, forgiveness is not just for a criminal. Why do you think they live better lives when you do it? You've told God to absolve them of it, to pardon them. That's what forgiveness does. And would you not believe that was a part of the slave Bible? This is how they were enabled to entrap their minds through religion. We had to forgive the slave masters for raping our great-great-grandmothers. We had to forgive the slave masters for making the dude stand there and watch you rape his wife. We had to forgive the slave masters for beating our 4- and 5-year-old children. We had to forgive the slavers. We had to forgive them. And they even ask us to do it now. You need to be a bigger person at the job when you know this person has been sabotaging your projects for a week. They've been stealing your lunch. But you need to be the bigger person and forgive them for it. You give that forgiveness to yourself. And if they, well, what if I don't have, you take the time to do it. Go in a stairwell in the, in the office building or something. Go in the bathroom when ain't nobody in there. Go out in your car in the parking lot. Whatever you got to do. And look, sis, I know I have allowed some shady things around you. I know I have. And ain't always taking good care of you. But for this right here that's going on with this, I truly want you to understand, I forgive you for that. I forgive you. I forgive you. That's right. Look in the mirror if you have to, in the rearview mirror in the car. I forgive you, sis. Bruh, I forgive you. I know that was dastardly diabolical. I forgive you for that. I do. Okay? Don't do that no more. I'm absolving you of it. I'm pardoning you. Do you see the power you putting back in yourself? Do you see it? You're absolving yourself now. Do you get it? You've given yourself a pardon. You've given God something to work with. So when I'm not telling you to stop forgiving people. No. You got to have closure. And if you close a door with forgiveness, tell them, I forgive you. But you and me can't walk together no more. I don't trust you like that no more. Then you walk on off. Like, now look, hold up right here. I got to forgive myself now. I allowed that situation, that circumstance in my life. I allowed it to tear up my home. I allowed it to sabotage my job. I allowed it to sabotage my sleep at night. I allowed this. So I forgive myself for allowing this. And I guarantee you, I won't do it again. My eyes are open now. Some people be like, well, that's just bitter. No, it ain't. That's better. Why would you not do that for yourself? It's an in vogue song. Free your mind and the rest will follow. You have to what? How else can you lay down at night without being mad? Without having a feeling or feeling some type of way about things? You've been wrong down here in this world, but you're walking around with 20, 30 years of wrong on you that you have not forgiven yourself for. But see, I understand that. You know why? Because there are some people out here that do not want to accept responsibility and accountability for their own actions. That's what that says. You haven't grown up enough to be responsible for yourself. Well, wait a minute now. Baby, I'm telling you. I can tell you how old I am, but the people that know me already know. I done had to walk back plenty of things that Teresa has done and apologize completely. Sleep good at night. People are totally beside themselves when I tell them, girl, I don't even remember that. Okay? Well, why is it, when I ask you for your number, our paths won't meet again? Why do I need to stay in touch with you? It's good to see you. Okay? It's like, it's good to see you, though. And you take care of yourself. Well, if you forgave them, you can't give them an email address or something, your phone number or something, y'all get together or something. You're at a point in your life where you're not just picking up random people as friendships and relationships, aren't you? I'm at a stage in my life where I'm not just picking people up willy-nilly. It becomes burdensome. It's a dead weight. It's for where I am in life. I'm not just picking people up. See, you didn't check that part of the forgiveness, right? Why do you think it needs to be for yourself? These are the perks that come with it. You can walk away from situations without feeling like I got to introduce that back into my life. No, you don't. You're at a stage in your life where picking up random friendships, either good, bad, or indifferent, is just not possible. Well, how do you tell somebody that you tell them the truth? At this stage in life, baby, I don't feel like we're going to be able to hang out with each other like that. But it is good to see you. I'm glad you're well. Dang, Teresa, that's just cold. No, that's real. See, for all of you Bible thumpers, what did he tell us? That we supposed to do what with each other? Walk in truth. And that's what scares a lot of you. You're scared of truth. The truth. If I were to tell you that, would you be offended? We just had a lovely conversation. I gave you 20 minutes of time that I really just don't have to waste. We were able to get caught up in 20 minutes. My mind is across the globe. You're stuck right here in this state. What part of that is going to reconnect? I have no qualms about walking away from that. It's one of the perks of forgiveness that you give yourself. You get to protect who you allow in that circle. Like I told you in one of my other ones, I got a triangle now because that circle done had to be broke off again. I know. Okay, I know. But this forgiveness that you give yourself is for the damage that you've allowed to affect you. It's for the damage that you've allowed in your finances, that you've allowed in your family, that you've allowed in your home, that you've allowed in your car. You have to forgive yourself for these things because whether they feel it or not, you do. Wait a minute. Okay, here's a scenario. I literally had to ask forgiveness for myself because I allowed somebody to use my car. And they brought it back with no gas in it. It had some doggone key marks down the passenger side on the door. Oh, goodness. Yes, I was hot mad. Yes, we went a few rounds. We went a few rounds for that. And it was like, once I got to myself and calmed it down and I told him, you're not going to have this privilege again. No. And I said that before the forgiveness. Like, you won't have this privilege again, so don't even try to ask. Okay? You've caused me much distress because now I got to fill my tank back up and get this paint mark, this key scratch down. You done caused too many problems for me. You won't get this privilege again. I forgive you because you did bring me my shit back, but you didn't bring it back the way I gave it to you. And I see we ain't going to vibe. We ain't going to vibe. We won't be able to get along because how I am and what's the line, the way my checking account set up. See, But I did forgive him. I sure did. And I also what? And was walking off going, and Teresa, baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I truly forgive you. Okay? I truly forgive you for trusting people that what? Respect you and your person and your property the way you respect yourself and your property. I forgive you. I forgive you, girl. Not everybody is like you. And you just got that kind of heart where you want to trust and believe. But I forgive you for this one. Don't do this again. See how freeing that feels? You can paint it on somebody that I don't know, a drunk driver that hit your relative and you in court talking about you forgive them. but you at home cussing them out, having nightmares. You got to issue yourself this forgiveness. It's got to be for you. It has got to come back to you. For all of you Bible thumpers, in the laws, okay? And what's our most famous law that people still quote out here in the world? They hear it in movies, you see it on signs. What is it? An eye for an eye. How can a person that has wronged you repay you? That's a biblical law.